And I'm with
Lucas.
Yeah, or
Or go check out my channel, Sixers Sanity.
we're on 2K20 because 2K20 was fire. But yeah, it's our first episode of our podcast, Blow the Whistle. So yeah, on here we're just talking about NBA, Sixers stuff, all that. So let's get straight into it. MVP so far in the season, man. The boy whose jersey I got on Embiid, he has been playing like it. Oh, he has been playing like it.
I feel like we should start off with standings right now, just because they gotta see what we're talking about, like when we say
Yeah.
MVPs, because obviously there's people that could be MVPs, but their teams are just so bad
Yeah, I'm gonna
that
pull up
they can't
standings right now.
Bradley Beal. But
Pulling up
it's like
standings
I
now.
feel bad for like players like Bradley Beal who are so good, and they're just wasting their young careers and like in places
Yeah.
they'll never go anywhere. So Eastern Conference right now, I'll read it out to
Hold
you.
on, I'm just gonna
So
pull it up on this laptop I got.
okay. Well, here, I'll just say the Eastern Conference standings right now. So number 1 seed is the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Number 2 seed, we have the Boston Celtics at 10-6.
Blech.
The Bucks 10-6, 3 seed. Pacers are at 4 seed. They're at 10-7. The Nets are at 5 seed. They're 11-8. The Hawks are 6 seed. They're 9-8. The Cavaliers are 7th. They're 8-9. Magic are 8, and they're 8-10. Now, a couple teams that could like start catching up is the Hornets, the Heat, the Bulls, the Raptors, the Knicks. I don't think the Pistons or the Wizards have literally any hopes.
At all. No.
I think they're done. If you want to read the Western Conference
Yeah,
standings,
that's
you
I'm
can.
pulling it up now. I'm pulling it up now.
I think that the Pistons and the Wizards are literally, they have no chance. They're terrible. It's all I can say. They're just that bad.
They literally are dog water.
It's unfortunate because they have the person leading the league with points, and they can't win a game.
Alright, so in the
I believe.
West, we got number 1 seed, Lakers 14-4. Love to see it if you're a LeBron fan. If you're not, that one's for you. 2nd seed, the Jazz 13-4, getting a win last night against the Knicks. Clippers 3rd seed 13-5, losing last night to the Hawks. That logo Trae Young shot, which we're gonna be talking about soon, started to 2nd. That was crazy. Nuggets 10-7, they're the 4th seed. Blazers 9-7, 5th seed. Grizzlies 7-6, they're the 6th seed. Did I say Suns? Nah.
No.
So Suns, they are 8-7, they're the 7th seed. And the Warriors are the 8th seed with 9-8. So what team do you want to talk about first? Sixers?
Yeah, I feel like we gotta start off with the Sixers as we are from Philly fans for
Yeah.
life. This team is good. It's an all-around good team. There's just a couple problems on it that force it to.
Yeah.
They're a great team right now, but when the playoffs come, it could be bad. Now,
We need
example, we need Simmons to step up.
100%.
Joel Embiid has missed 4 games this season, and we have lost all 4. Because, okay, let's just say the Pistons game, for example. He had 11 points in a game where Joel Embiid was not playing. Now, Tobias,
when
yes,
Joel was
up.
playing like an MVP, as Joel was playing like an MVP.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to discredit Ben, because he's just not he needs to get more aggressive. Like, there's one play that I remember. He ran to the rim on Isaiah Stewart, and Isaiah Stewart was lost in a different universe, didn't know what was happening. And it was a free layup for Ben Simmons. And I'm just like, I sit there and I think, and then the rest of the game, he's just like passing out the ball every time he drives more than the free throw line. It's like, he has wide open lanes and he just doesn't do anything with them. It's like, it's bad. And like, Joel can't do everything on the team in the playoffs. Like, he's not going to be playing all, 50 minutes that the game might possibly be, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, he's not going to be able to. And we've gotten a lot of production of like Seth Curry this season, who's averaging like 15, I believe, who's playing really good, just like shooting. And then Tobias Harris, wow. The improvement
Absolutely
from
not.
last year is crazy. Now, I think the reason for this is he played his best with Doc Rivers, so Doc Rivers knows how he plays. But I've never seen a Tobias Harris as much as I've seen him this year. What do you have to say on the Sixers right now?
Man. As a Sixers fan, you got love to see him at the first seed. Love to see it. Um, I agree with you. Tobias playing like that because of Doc Rivers. I think that's the reason why. Doc Rivers, he's coached Tobias on the Clippers. Doc Rivers, he's a great coach. I may have not liked him while he was on the Clippers, but he is a great coach for the Sixers.
Yeah. I
He
feel like we've
has
got a lot of production out of our rookie, Tyrese Maxey, and young
love
players
him.
such as Shake Milton.
We need young players like that. We are a pretty
Agreed.
we are a pretty young team.
Yeah, I feel like we just need more production out of Ben Simmons. Like, he's supposed to be the #2 option on a championship team, which I think we could be eventually. With the way the team's playing, I feel like we could be a championship team.
This season, yeah, 12-6, man. Love to see us doing better than the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, Celtics did have problems for a couple games though with missing
Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't hold Embiid. Like, centers just couldn't guard him, and it's like, it's unfortunate for them. Great for Sixers fans, you know.
Yeah.
You love to see Joel score 70 in 2 games.
Yeah.
It's just unmatchable,
It's beautiful.
unless you're Bradley Beal, which we'll get to right now. Jesus, Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal, man. How have you not requested a trade? Talk about loyalty.
I mean, this man
Jesus
scored.
Christ.
This man scored 60 on my Sixers and still lost.
Still lost the game. This dude,
Still lost.
dude, this dude's career high is probably more than Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris combined.
I'd agree. This man scored 60, tied the franchise record for points in a game, and still could not get a win.
And still,
It's just sad.
And as a Bradley Beal fan, I hate to see him on this team.
It's painful to see such a good player just like rot in such a bad
John
team.
Wall, you are a snake. You are a snake. I don't care. John Wall is a snake.
I mean, everyone just thought he was washed, and the organization didn't have faith in him anymore, so I see why he wanted out. Because that organization thought, like everyone was saying, John Wall is washed. Because John Wall, along with Russell Westbrook, who he was traded for, they're very explosive players. They go off of their explosiveness.
And then John Wall being injury prone, being that type of player and being injury prone, that is not good at all.
And especially when you rupture your Achilles, Achilles is a very serious injury, especially if you're explosive like John Wall. So
Yeah.
a lot of people thought he was going to be bad. Like, they did not think he was going to be good. And so far this year, he's been great. Great is the least I could say, because he's honestly been playing amazing with Christian Wood. Oh my, Christian Wood. Christian Wood, like, on the Pistons last year, we thought he was just a 10-game wonder, right? And then he goes to the Rockets this year, and he's averaging what? I think he's averaging 23 and, like, 11, which is just so good. And it's like, he's so hard to stop.
An undrafted pick.
Exactly. Undrafted player on the Sixers. Dude, I swear, everyone that leaves the Sixers ends up being amazing.
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant has been really good this year. Besides when, Ben clamped him the first game, but then he came back. But, it's like every player that comes to the Sixers and then leaves, he always just becomes good. I just don't know. Like, Markelle Fultz has been playing decent. Get well.
Well, he blew his ACL all the way the hell out.
Yeah, his patella tendon. He tore his patella tendon, which is
I thought it was
the
ACL.
tendon. Your patella is your kneecap. So, that's not a great injury.
Not at all.
And it's like, oh my god, my first green. But it's like, it's crazy how players that are so explosive and rely on it just can end up just bad, just like a snap of a finger, and their career's over
Derrick
because
Rose,
they can't.
he could have been one of the greatest point guards of all time if he never got injured.
Exactly. It's like, you get scared for like players like Markelle Fultz now because no, he's not an MVP type player like D Rose was, but he's still a player that has a lot of potential to be a decent player in the league, be a role player. I don't think he'll ever be a superstar like people expected him to be. I mean, a number one overall pick, you expect him to be a superstar. And I don't think he'll ever be that, but I mean, he's still a great piece on that team.
Yeah.
And it sucks that they don't have him anymore, but oh, Cole Anthony. Can we talk about Cole Anthony this year?
Man, number 50.
Yeah.
That number is still whack to me. What the hell? How do you go from like 15 to whatever number you were to?
Apparently it's because of his dad. I guess I don't know. That's what I heard.
Is your dad 50 almost?
So
is he 50 because he's dog water?
Oh my, coconut oil.
Swamp water.
But it's he's been really good this year. I think he's one of the more productive rookies. Along with like LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, who has been decent. James Wiseman's been pretty good. And then I'm not being biased, but Tyrese Maxey has been very good this year.
Yeah.
Off of the bench, not the past couple games. He's been a little off, but he's been good this season overall. So it's nice to have a rookie that can come in, play good minutes for you, score a solid little bit of points, and just be a part of the team.
I want to get off teams for a second and talk about serious topics real quick. The reporter analyst, Sioku Smith, who died of COVID. I'm not sure if I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. But that just shows how serious COVID is.
Yeah, facts. That is true. So let's talk about MVP.
Right.
There's a couple main players that I think will win it. Now, personally, I don't think they're going to give it to Joel because of the fact that they just say he's not the best center in the league, which is debatable because Jokic is a crazy all-around player. Like, he's averaging, I think, like 12 assists or something a game as a center, which is crazy. Like but Joel is averaging 27. I think he's averaging like 27 and 12. I think he's averaging 27 and 12 on an amazing team that he's literally carrying. Like, I don't like to say the word carry a lot because, like, it just discredits his teammates, but, I mean, you've seen it. Like, games with him not in there, he's just...
So Joel beat this season. Yeah, but Joel beat this season 27 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists per game.
Exactly, and the main reason I don't think he'll win it is because of that 2 assist mark. But a thing that
he can easily get that up, though, if Ben starts to score. He can easily get that up.
Yeah, it's like... But I feel like if his team stays where it is, if the Sixers stay where they are, number 1 seed, number 2, number 3, he has a great chance because the Nuggets, I don't know where they are in the standings right now. I'm not really paying attention to the West.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he can, if the Nuggets get up, I don't think Joel has a chance.
Yeah.
But someone that does have a very amazing chance of winning it, Steph Curry. I mean...
I hate to say it, but yes.
I mean, Steph Curry is just Steph Curry. Everyone was saying, oh, he's not going to be able to shoot as well. He's not that player anymore. He's washed. Like, I don't know who keeps saying that people are washed. Like, LeBron has been writing washed king on the back of his shoes. And if people are calling him a washed king, bro, y'all need to chill because that man is using that shit and just literally destroying. I mean... what did he have the other night? Like 46 points on the Cavaliers?
Against his team.
Against his old team, his hometown. It's like, you can't just say people are washed. And that's where Steph Curry comes in. Like, 62, congrats on that.
I don't care how old he is. Curry, I hate him. No, I don't like to say hate, but I do not like Steph Curry.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Hold on, I got me one.
Yeah, you're good. But it's like Steph Curry he got hurt. I think he broke something in his arm or something, his wrist or something. And a lot of people thought that would affect him a ton, but it didn't really affect him at all. It's like he just kept playing the same how he was. I mean, he scored 62 this season. Y'all saw that. That was crazy, but it's like you can't even say people are washed like that. because they always prove you wrong.
Always.
Always. It's like the NBA this year has been crazy. Like with games getting postponed and everything, and COVID protocols being crazy to the point where you can't talk to a person before the game, after the game. You can't jersey swap, even though you've been sweating on that person for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
oh no, Lucas,
how does
don't
that
worry,
make
you get
sense?
some breaks. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah, facts. But it's like, if you guys saw, Bam Adebayo and Kyrie Irving were going to do a jersey swap, and the people on the Heat stopped it because of COVID protocols. But the thing I'm not getting with the NBA is they sweat on each other for 40 minutes with some breaks. You're not going to play full 40 minutes unless you're the best player on the team. Joel. But, like, it's like, how are you just going to let them sweat and then they can't shake each other's hands after the game or talk?
Yeah.
Like, they weren't even supposed to be talking after the game, and they did.
Yeah.
So, I'm surprised by that.
Oh, my mom called me.
An error occurred in my application. Wow. But, I mean, the breakout player of the year so far, not even, like, just the year, but lately, Clint Capella. I mean, if y'all have been watching... Yeah. If y'all have been watching games of of the Hawks, I personally haven't. But I've been looking at Clint Capella's stats. I mean, this man's just getting, like, I think he got, like, a 6-block career high the other night or something. He got, like, 20 rebounds and 20 points the other night or something. Like, he's just getting career highs, like, always. It's like players like this that you just didn't think would play like that, you know? So,
another person I want to talk about for MVP? Hold on.
Who?
Hold on.
I mean, yeah, LeBron, I feel like you just always have to put him in there. Like, he's LeBron, you know? I feel like you gotta have him.
Yeah. As a LeBron fan, I love to say this. He is MVP candidate. 25, 7, and 7. 25, 8, and 7.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing, like, that I've gotten out of this year is just, like, I feel like people are trying a lot harder because protocols, a lot of players aren't getting play. So if you're such as Bam Adebayo, he's had to play without Jimmy Butler for I don't know how long now. Haven't been counting, but Bam Adebayo's been scoring 40 without Jimmy Butler, and it's like he's like still losing half the time.
Yeah.
And that leads me to my next thing because they just played the Brooklyn Nets where he scored 40. And I bet y'all have been waiting for us to talk about, obviously, the James Harden trade.
Yes.
Julian, what are your thoughts on the James Harden trade?
I don't think it's going to work out at all. Whatsoever. I'm just going to say that right now. There are 3 people who think they're leaders. It's not going to work out whatsoever. Maybe Harden and KD. Kyrie is not going to work it out. They're not going to work out with his third eye. He got to get out of there.
I personally think that it's crazy when Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were not playing good against the Heat in that fourth quarter. You had James Harden, and it's like you have a third starter that can literally take over a game and just end it. And it's like that. Although that's amazing, it's like sometimes it's not going to work out. Like I personally don't like. I like James Harden and Kevin Durant, or James Harden and Kyrie, but all 3 of them together, it's kind of just weird for me right now. I don't know how I feel about it, and it's
I'll be honest, I don't even understand how they had enough cap room.
Yeah, I don't know either, but the winner of this trade personally is the Pacers. I mean, the Rockets, y'all traded away your best player, and all y'all got out of it was Victor Oladipo, and you got 4 guaranteed picks unprotected, and then 4 pick swaps. So, but you could have had. You traded away Jared Allen to the Cavs. Personally, that block or that dunk on Joe Harris was just disrespectful. By the way, Jared, messed up, man. But
brutal.
It's like, and then Karis LeVert, which we knew if this trade happened, Jared Allen and Karis LeVert were gonna be gone, which knocked their. Personally,
can I go off topic real quick about this trade? Hold on.
What?
Think about if Harden didn't get a trade. Harden kind of saved Karis LeVert's life.
That is true. Thank you, James. Good guy, James.
Good. He's still going to
But
strip clubs, but good guy, James.
yeah, but like, I liked the Nets team before they did this trade. Now,
Yeah.
Personally, I'm glad the Sixers did not pull a trigger. They
Me
wanted
too.
Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey, and Matisse Thybulle, and I think Tyrese Maxey was the turning point of this trade. I think
Yeah.
if they did not include Tyrese Maxey in that deal, I think the Sixers would have pulled the trigger. And as a Sixers fan, I personally don't want that. As much as I don't
I
like how
like
Ben's
Harden.
playing right now,
I like Harden. I
I
like Harden a lot, but I did not want that trade to happen.
exactly, and it's like as bad. He's not even playing like terrible. It's just like he's not like that person that you just need. Like he needs to step up and play his role better. And I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
check Ben Simmons' stats now.
if we got James Harden, he would have instantly made us a top team in the East. But that also knocks away a lot of our depth on the team. Like
If he
those
was a
young
rookie,
starters.
if he was a rookie, Ben Simmons was averaging the stat line, this would be amazing. 12, 8, and
Facts.
7.
Exactly.
The 12 is what's holding me right now. As I love Ben
Exactly. Like
Simmons. He's my favorite Sixer, probably second now because Tyrese Maxey. But
yeah, it's like
as the player
the
he is,
man. The man
12
is a
points.
disgusting defensive player.
Oh, yeah.
Like, on the side of the ball, Jeremy Grant was averaging 20 a game, like, straight for I don't know how many games. Then they played the Sixers, won that game, lost second, we're not going to talk about it. And Ben Simmons just had him locked up, and Jeremy Grant couldn't get anything to go. And it's like, you could see that Ben Simmons is one of the best defensive players in the league. He's a constant defensive all team. Or, however you want to say it, all defensive team, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, you love to see that, but he needs to be averaging more points to make us, like, can you think about it? If Ben Simmons scored 20 a night, right?
Mm-hmm.
We would start beating teams by a lot more than we are.
Yeah.
And it would be easier to win without Joel. Now, am I saying it's easy to win without Joel? No.
Oh, no.
The man has the ball in his hands most of the time, sets up a lot of our plays, and scores a ton of game. But it's like, you still gotta, like, the team is amazing. Like, the way they built the team this year around everyone, like how everything works, Danny Green, shooter, Seth Curry, shooter, Joel Embiid just straight dominant. And he's been a good three-point shooter because he's been more selective with his shots, been more smart about it. I think he's shooting 45% from three this year.
Who?
As a center.
Oh.
Because he's just shooting more smart. And it's like the team that they build around is so good. But I just don't see it working if Ben Simmons does not step up. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
And like that's my rant for the Sixers. Julian, do you have anything you really want to talk about?
This is the last thing I want to talk about.
Very loud.
It's the last thing I want to talk about, and this is going to be the end of the first episode. I know it wasn't long, but this is just an opening episode, so we're not going to make this too long. But I want to talk about Anthony Davis. He is not playing like how he was last year.
I agree. I thought AD could be a potential MVP with LeBron, like, maybe handing over the keys to the Lakers because he's getting older. AD is the future of the Lakers if he stays. Yeah. And it's like, we expected LeBron to, like, maybe not play as much, take his role down. Mm-hmm. But no, like, he's just been playing like LeBron because AD hasn't been playing amazing like how he was last year. Like, we all knew AD could have possibly won Finals MVP. If LeBron was not LeBron, I think he would have won it. Mm-hmm. But it's like he has to be playing better than how he is right now if they want to repeat, they're going to need AD. So I'm very scared for that Lakers team. And I know y'all are probably wondering why we haven't been talking about like today's games, but this is just an opening episode because we are about 20 games behind.
Yeah.
We are 20 games behind pretty much on the season. So we just had to catch everything up. And next episode, we're going to be talking about tonight's games, which you will see hopefully tomorrow, if possible. And, yeah, that'll end it.
All right. Thank you guys for watching the podcast. We are going to be back tomorrow, hopefully. If I don't get grounded, hopefully. So,
All
yeah.
right.
Peace.